Our first story tonight is about the India-Canada relationship, one that has seen several ups and downs in recent years. But what's happening now may cause lasting damage. A major controversy has erupted. There was a parade in Ontario. It featured a float. It apparently celebrated the assassination of a former Indian Prime Minister. New Delhi has reacted sharply. What about Canada? There was a statement of condemnation, but it might not be enough considering the indifference of the Trudeau administration towards Indian sensitivities. There are little signs of any change there. Instead, Ottawa seems to be hardening its position. Recently, Canada's National Security Advisor levied a serious charge. She says India is a source of foreign interference in Canada. Seems like both sides are on a collision course. Let's get you the latest. The current source of tensions are these pictures. They are from Brampton in Ontario. This is a Canadian city. A sizable Indian population lives there. But it seems separatists are getting a free run. What happened? This week, there was a parade in Brampton. It featured this tableau. There's a statue of India's former Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi. In a blood-stained white sari, in front of the statue, there are turban-clad men. They are pointing their guns at Gandhi's statue. There's a poster too. It says, "Revenge." I'm sure some of you have figured this out by now. This tableau is a recreation of Gandhi's assassination. Indira Gandhi was India's Prime Minister, first from 1966 to 1977, then again from 1980 till her death in 1984. She was assassinated by her Sikh bodyguards. The 1980s was a tense period. It witnessed the height of the Khalistanis movement, a separatist movement to demand a separate homeland for the Sikhs. There were violent clashes. The Golden Temple in the Indian state of Punjab was stormed. This is one of the most significant shrines for Sikhs. Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, the leader of the Khalistan movement, took refuge in the complex with his supporters. Security forces stormed the temple to clear them out. Yes, I'm talking about Operation Blue Star. Indira Gandhi had authorized it. She was assassinated for giving those orders. Her bodyguards, the assailants, said they took revenge for Operation Blue Star. And that's the scene depicted here. Reports say pro-Khalistanis were behind this float. It was part of a 5-kilometer-long parade. There's no justification for it. It glorifies violence. India's External Affairs Minister issued a strong-worded statement today.
Frankly, to us, we are at a loss to understand, other than the requirements of vote bank politics, why anybody would do this. I think there is a larger underlying issue about the space which is given to separatists, to extremists, to people who advocate violence. And I think it's not good for the relationship, and I think it's not good for Canada.
Politicians across party lines have condemned this. They have called it appalling and despicable. Canada's top diplomat in New Delhi spoke out too. He said there is no place in Canada for hate. But like Minister Jaishankar said, this is not a one-off case. Such incidents keep happening and their frequency has only increased under the Trudeau administration. Will things change after these events? A recent statement doesn't inspire confidence. It was made by Jodie Thomas. She is Canada's National Security Advisor. She has said India is among top sources of foreign interference in Canada. Listen to this. She says, when I talk about foreign interference and economic security, I'm now talking about a number of state actors and non-state proxies. This includes Russia, Iran, India. Thomas didn't say what bothers her, but it is unlikely that the issue of separatism and Khalistan doesn't figure in these conversations. There's another friction point: Indian students in Canada. Reports say Canada has some concerns about this. About what? Study permits and slow action by Canadian authorities to grant them. Ottawa believes this might open doors for interference. A controversy on the same issue is playing out right now. This is about 700 Indian students in Canada. Most of them are from the Indian state of Punjab. They are facing deportation. They had received offers of admission from Canadian institutions. It turns out these letters were fake. Minister Jaishankar was asked about this today. He said the Canadian system is fair and they have to find a solution to the problem. Remains to be seen where this will go, but the friction points in this relationship are clearly visible now. Now let's shift focus to Pakistan. It seems Pakistani politics is set to welcome a new player, the Istehkam-e-Pakistan party. It was announced amid some fanfare. Who are the members of this new party? Mostly former Prime Minister Imran Khan's one-time loyalists. Yes, the new party is made up of former Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party leaders. The head will be Jaishankar Khan Tareen, or JKT. He's a former lawmaker and a billionaire sugar baron. Reportedly, one of Pakistan's richest politicians too. He's also a man Imran Khan had personally appointed as PTI Secretary General. A lot of other former PTI leaders were present during the party's announcement. Fawad Chaudhry, Ali Zaidi, Mahmood Maulvi and more were present for the celebration. These are people who had defected from the PTI after May 9. That's when violence had erupted across Pakistan. It followed Imran Khan's arrest. The violence eventually spread to military buildings. And after that, one by one, the PTI leaders started jumping ship. They resigned, saying they respected and stood with the Pakistani army. Most also said they were taking a break from politics. It seems that break didn't last long. In the recent weeks, frantic meetings have been conducted. The former PTI members have been meeting their old colleagues. Those colleagues locked up in prisons. We reported on this recently. We also mentioned that Imran Khan was watching this scheme, the scheme being called Minus Imran. Khan had said a new King's Party was being formed. Well, it seems the King's Party has been coronated, crowned with the name Istehkam-e-Pakistan. Imran Khan believes this party is being propped up by the Pakistani army, that the military establishment has been coercing his party members to abandon him.
It is completely the establishment. I mean, establishment obviously means the military establishment, because they are really now openly, I mean, it's not even hidden now, they're just out in the open. The threats now and two of my senior members went to called by the ISI for talks, who had nominated for talks. And when they went, they shut them up and said, look, you'll only leave unless you renounce being part of PTI.
He put out this translated WhatsApp message a few days ago. It purportedly shows the immense pressure being applied to engineer what he calls forced divorces. Now it seems Khan's estranged partners have gotten together to take him down. But Khan won't be surprised. After all, the new party was expected. It's a tried and tested gambit in Pakistani politics. For now, Khan has secured bail in the case for 14 days. But it seems Imran Khan's problems just keep piling up. Another case has been filed against the former Prime Minister. This time, it's quite grave. It's an abetment to murder case. The Pakistani police say Khan is involved in the murder of a lawyer who filed a sedition case against him. Abdul Razak was killed on Tuesday by unknown gunmen on a motorcycle. Razak's son, Siraj Ahmed, has linked the murderers to Imran Khan. How Khan is linked hasn't been made public as yet. Khan, of course, denies it. He keeps blaming the establishment.
उस आदमी का वकील का कत्ल होता है, फैमिली सारी कहती है कि खानदानी दुश्मनी थी, उस पर कत्ल हुआ है, वहां पहुंच जाते हैं, यानी वो पता चलता है कि 9:30 बजे उसका कत्ल होता है, 4 घंटे के अंदर लॉ मिनिस्टर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर देता है कि इमरान खान इसमें मुलव्वस था. 4 घंटे. कभी सोचे कि कोई कत्ल हुआ है, कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन होती है, कोई पता चलता है, वो 4 घंटे में कहता है इमरान खान इसके अंदर मुलव्वस है. और उसके बाद क्या होता है? उसके बाद आईजी उठाता है उसके बेटे को, रात तक आईजी उसको अपने पास रखता है, और उससे फिर एक और स्टेटमेंट आ जाती है कि जी ये इमरान खान ने कत्ल करवाया मेरे बाप को.
Officials say Khan could face formal charges if and when the murder case goes to trial. The charges would become part of a very long list. And now it's time for Vantage shots, images that tell the story. India has successfully tested a new generation ballistic missile. It's called Agni Prime. Meanwhile, wildfires in Canada are severely impacting parts of the United States. New Yorkers woke up to a hazy day that looked like a scene from a post-apocalyptic movie. And the Kilauea volcano erupted in Hawaii. This is one of the world's most active volcanoes. And finally, what makes June 8th significant? On this day in 1948, Air India's first international flight took off. It took off from erstwhile Bombay for London via Cairo and Geneva. Air India International came into being after industrialist J.R.D. Tata suggested that the Indian government should sponsor an international airline. We leave you with that. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.